For some parents who disagree with the province's revised sex ed curriculum, today marks the beginning of a protest. They plan to keep their kids out of school all this week. Khalid Mahmood is one of them. He also heads up the Thorncliffe Parents Association. This is one of the groups which does not agree with the government's plans. He's with me in studio now. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you, Matt.
The first question we should ask is a question that a lot of people are asking, which is, have you read the curriculum?
I have been involved since last 3-4 years because I was a school chair for consecutively 3 years, and now I'm a school council member. We had not only read the curriculum, but we had many conversations with the trustees, with the school board, and with this principal as well.
And so you have 5 children. What are your concerns about the curriculum?
First of all, the concern that it is not something for a personal benefit, but it is basically the values. We are worried about their future. We are having really concern about the recent educational changes they have been made, and not only recent educational changes, but it is coming for since years that making kids more sexual active and away from their studies.
So what specifically in the curriculum don't you agree with?
There are many things, especially if you go for a grade 1, it's starting from grade 1, making them, it is, you know that it is very tender age and they are making everything fun, but in order to make them aware about the body parts, especially with the graphic tools of your graphic using it, so they will be making a fun of it.
What is wrong with telling a grade 1 student what their body parts are called?
It shouldn't be wrong at all, but it has to be told when they are using a graphical presentation or such type of things. Still, they are coming up that how they are going to teach that one. But it becomes more difficult when they reach to grade 3. And they are telling them about gender identity, and they have to explore themselves, either they are boy or a girl. And more it becomes severe when it goes to grade 4. And just considering the age of a boy or a girl when they are 9 years old, and now we are telling them now it is now your time to make a new relationship. Now it is your time to go for a romantic dating. Just considering that we are making them on a different path. We are sending our kids just to learn math, science, and technology, but we are not sending them to go on a different path.
What are you afraid of?
The afraid is that the way they are teaching that is not fair. They are making them confused about their gender identity. They are making them active in a social things that is leading them to a bad thing as well.
So, according to people who research sex education, teaching children about sex actually helps them. They are less likely to have sex at an early age if they have information. There are hundreds of scientific studies that actually support this. So why don't you believe the scientific information that says that if kids learn about sex, they are less likely to have sex?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It's not like that. I mean, it's not so simple that creating awareness will bring more sex or they will be avoiding things. It is same like an example. If you study whole curriculum, they are not focusing on the things that it is bad or wrong, bad or good, but they are just concerned about the safety.
But this is specifically what you talked about. You talked about concerns around exposing kids to this information and that they would be more likely to have sex. So the studies show, again, there are hundreds of studies that show that this isn't the case.
Yeah, I would like to say that if we take an example, because they come up with their studies, with their research, with their statistics, which are not in supportive. Like if we consider that if there is a drug, and a drug is everywhere, and now because of a drug, we are teaching our kids that they are not stopping them to use the drugs, but they are telling them just wash your hands before using the drug, so it will be contamination free.
But we're not talking about a drug.
Yeah. I'm telling the same way that we are not telling them that this is good or this is bad. They are just telling about the safety, and especially telling kids at grade 4 that it is now your time to go for a romantic relationship, and telling at grade 6, while the kid is only 11 years old, we are going to tell them about the masturbation, and then we say that it is not bad and everyone is doing and it is safe to do it for self-pleasure type of things. This is bringing a very, very much concerning about parents. Yeah.
Do you not have concerns as a parent, though, that your children will learn about those topics anyway? That they are out in a playground, they're at school, they're with their friends, and that these issues may come up anyway?
We are living in a society which is really advanced as a society in technology. Why don't we stop those things on the internet which are disturbing our kids to go on a wrong path?
But you can't do that. And so in the context that you live in, technology is around. You have 5 kids. You have 3 girls.
Yeah.
They're going to be having conversations with people. If they have technology, there's the possibility that they will be seeing things online. Given the fact that those things exist, isn't it the responsibility of a school to teach them about those things?
I would love the whole curriculum if they would be stopping them, but they are not stopping them. They are encouraging them. They are telling them their concern is only that it's a safety issue, but we are going beyond that. We say that it is against value, it is against culture, it is against moral. So everything, like they are teaching a kid about the masturbation, we believe that all morality has just flushed away in Ontario province.
Who is we?
The parents, the concerned parents, and it is not only me or someone else, but it is the community from different race and other things. Yeah.
Because there are surveys in different provinces across this country, including in Ontario, saying that the majority of parents support sex education.
So why don't our premier comes up with a referendum to decide? I mean, they have said that it is consented with the parents. Who was the parents? Like she is the premier, the MPP from our area. She hasn't consulted the parents from us. She hasn't consulted the council. She hasn't consulted the principal. I was in a meeting recently, 2 meetings attended in a school council. Even the principal feels shy to read that curriculum in front of the parents.
But we don't consult parents about math or geography or history or other social studies. Why should we consult you about this?
I wish if it would be only science and technology, because they are lacking much behind on the results of those math and curriculum otherwise. But this is totally moral based. Every religion and every culture have their own values and other things. So it is disturbing their values.
And part of a way this is about, and you talked about culture and values, this is about accommodation as well. That there are something like 2 million students in Ontario right now who are studying in education. We've seen a real change in terms of who lives in this province, in terms of who lives in the city. Do you think that we should, as a general society should change the curriculum based on the cultures and the values of those who arrive here?
Yes, Matt. I believe that we have to design a system which has to be accommodating everyone, not excluding people. Majority of people feel that they are excluded. The opt-out facility they are providing, that is just a trap to the parents.
But there are 2 million students. And there are a few hundred parents who are upset about this. Why should we listen to you?
No, it is not like that only the 2 million students are accepting that. It is basically against the values of everyone. These are newly introduced things, and the people are still contesting against that one.
There are people who say that this is really about values when it comes to the premier, that we have an openly gay premier, and that this is rooted in homophobia. What is your response to that?
They are having their own life. They have full right to spend their life, and we feel respect for them. We are not asking about anything bad to them, but we also wanted the same respect to our end as well. It shouldn't be something. I mean, Canada has to proud on the diverse value. It is a beauty that we are living in a diverse cultural society. So we believe that everyone has to be taken care. Everyone has to be included as well.
So this doesn't have anything to do with the fact that Kathleen Wynne is a lesbian.
So Kathleen, I mean, this is her agenda. I mean, now her party is also paying the cost of that one as well. Because,
So it does have something to do with the fact that she's a lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, they are forcing these things. Not only now, but since last 20 years. And not only a sex education curriculum, but about telling a homosexual. I mean, they are having their own life. I mean, they can spend it, but they should not enforce to other students, creating so many activities daily basis on these schools. That is really alarming situation.
Just, if I might, last question, because we're almost out of time. We spoke with Education Minister Liz Sandals on Friday. She says, despite your concerns, this curriculum will be introduced in September. It's not going to be delayed. It's not going to be changed. This is the curriculum. What happens then?
Yeah, we are finding a way to, we had started from the school council meeting, and then we came on the petition, and then we go on the streets as well. So we are not going, we know that it's a long fight, and we are ready for that fight, and we have to work till last day. that we should not be putting our kids in front of that type of education system. People are thinking,
will you pull them out of this?
People are really serious. They are taking, they are going for alternate ways as well. They are finding other ways, so they might go for other educational system too.
Khalid Mahmood, it's good to have you here. I appreciate you joining us in studio this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Khalid